Movies and Martinis celebrates women and diversity in the entertainment world
by ranking trending movies, shows, and books
with two completely different perspectives and ranked by delicious martinis.
Listen to find out how many martinis we felt it was worth.
And learn about the women who have written, performed, and/or directed in everything we have rated.
A new episode is available every Thursday on your favorite podcast platform and YouTube. What's up, guys? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy. Hey, Priya, how are you today?
Good. How you doing? Cheers.
I'm good.
Cheers.
Kind of all over the place, but good. Cheers to you. Staying hydrated. I haven't had time to make some coffee.
I know. That's right before we're interviewing an author after this, guys.
So what are we talking about today, Priya? Since you just went there, not even going to go any further than that because you went there. So
today is the Books and Martinis Book Club recap.
Our book of the month for last month, right? Was the Book of Doors. We spoke about it last time. Book of Doors is what we read in September. Yes. We gathered with all of our ladies, and a lot of them were traveling, but a lot of them were there. And they rated the book with martinis. I don't know if you got the average of the martinis.
I did. So I actually added up all the ratings because it was so many mixed reviews.
We had from 1s to 5s.
Yes. And I actually rated it a 3, and that was the average. You rated it a 5.
Yes. The average was a 3, I would say.
Yeah. I think that was the most
common. So it turned out to be a book that you either loved or hated.
Well,
it's what it seemed like, because to give it a 1, a lot of people gave it 1. So, yeah. So
look, I was doing audio on Spotify, guys. So that's my.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I listened to an Audible as well. So the book just has a lot going on. I do have to say that. But it was a beautiful book, quite literally.
It is a
beautiful book of different doors and different
characters.
And
it starts off so strong. So tell me why you loved it. Why did you give it 5 stars?
I loved it because I loved the whole plot. I loved how it started and how it ended. And I loved all the things that the main character was able to do because of the Book of Doors.
Yeah.
Specifically being able to go back to her grandfather and sitting down as an adult and having a conversation with him.
That was so sad. That was sad.
It was sad, but it was so beautiful because what I love most about that part is that when he's sitting at a cafe at his diner that he went to every single day and had a cup of coffee in the afternoons, and she approaches him and she sits and she looks at him, she tells him who she is, and she tells him, "I'm here from the future." And he just smiles at her and he tells her, "How have you been?" He doesn't doubt her. He doesn't question her. He doesn't say, "What the hell? Like, what are you talking about? Who are you? What are you?" It's just this beautiful dance of movement in the book. And the one thing that he tells her, "Before you say anything, don't tell me how I die." So clearly he knows he's dying.
And she wants to so badly. She wants to tell him.
She wants to, but she knows that would change the course of life, right? And you can't do that. You can't play with that. Yeah. So she's respectful, and she's able to do so many things. And right in the beginning with her friend, that they open a door and they're like in Europe, on this little street, and it's just great. I did not realize that the book had so many different trigger warnings. So that's something we spoke about at book club. It had a lot of triggers. There are parts that are gory in the book. Yeah. There's this one really evil woman that has the Book of Despair, and she's doomed by it, and she's just an evil, evil human. And you don't realize until the end, spoiler alert again, that this woman is a little girl in a stroller who's being pushed by her mom towards the beginning of the book, and a woman curses her because the little girl is so chatty. So there's a scene in the book where the little girl is just like kicking her legs and laughing and making funny sounds, and she's playing, and the mom's just like pushing her down the street, and it's this beautiful scenery that they're painting for you. And this woman is just walking by her, and she's annoyed with the joy of the little girl. So she curses her with despair for the rest of her life. And that little girl is the evil woman that comes out later, the one that shows up with the long gown and everything else. So it does full circles within all these different books and the back and the forth. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. Not everybody did, so it's not for everybody. They compared it a lot to the Midnight Library. I don't think it could be compared. Yes, many times. And it even talks about it here, in the different authors that talk about reading the book compared. I don't think there was a comparison at all.
Because
I
don't agree with that.
No, yeah, because the other book actually the Midnight Library is what your life would have become if you had taken different paths, and this was not that. So that was that. Now, I'm totally taking over here, Pri. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take over.
This is this month's book. So, can I totally spoil it for you?
We gotta say the name. We gotta say the name for the listeners.
Okay, so it's called The Wedding People. Okay, so let me go back. The Book of Doors was by Gareth Brown.
Yes.
So that's the author. I apologize. The author is more important than the book many times. And then The Wedding People, which is also, it was chosen as a book of the month for Read with Jenna, is by Alison Esbach. And it is a novel. And I have to say, I heard great things about it, and I just started it. And can I spoil it for you a little bit in the beginning, Priya?
Wait, is it like a major event that you're spoiling, or it's like
the beginning?
Okay.
And like, I feel like if I tell you the beginning, you're like going to be so hooked, and you haven't even started the book.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, I'll tell you like the first 3 chapters. Okay. So this woman, right? She's a professor at a big university who's married to a tenor, I think, or another professor. Like, they have the same knowledge, but he has a bigger title, he gets paid more, whatever. Okay, we know how that goes. So she decides that she's going to book a room in a hotel that is a 5-star resort. It's like $850 per night for a room, but she's booking it because she's going to kill herself because her husband left her. This is just the beginning. Her husband leaves her for her friend, their couple friend. They had, how you have friends that are couples?
Yeah.
Well, for that pretty girl. And she's gone through IVF, I think 5 times, and keeps losing the baby. They can't have a child. And the husband's done with it. He falls in love with this other woman, and they have a baby. And it's like her whole life is shattered. So she decides, I'm not going to keep going. I'm just going to go kill myself. So when she arrives at this gorgeous hotel on the beach, I think it's somewhere in, oh my God, somewhere in the Northeast. And it's just beautiful. She realizes that the entire hotel has been reserved for a wedding party.
Except for her.
Bride, except for her. She like slipped through the cracks and nobody canceled on her and they didn't tell her. So she has one room, but the entire resort is booked with all of the wedding people. And so she's stuck with 2 of these people. And the first night she gets there, now she's annoyed by all these happy people, like, hi, oh my God, I haven't seen you. Oh my God, I haven't seen you. Yeah. Whatever. And she's like, oh, whatever. She goes to get in the elevator, and this beautiful girl, who's the bride, is running to the elevator, and she's like, oh, close. Like, she doesn't want this girl to come in. So the girl puts her hand in between, like, to stop the elevator door. It's an old hotel, so it crushes, and it kind of cuts her.
Yeah.
And the girl starts bleeding. She's like, great. So they have this whole conversation. She tells her, why are you here? Oh my God, are you with his family, or are you in like my distant family? Because I don't remember you. She says, no, I'm not here. I came here to kill myself.
Oh shit. She said that outright?
Just like that. She goes, I'm here and I'm going to kill myself tonight. And that's how she goes, you can't kill yourself. It's my wedding day. Who are you? What are you? This is just as you open the book. So that night, she's like, just like over it. So she goes to the hot tub and she sees this really hot man. And she's like, oh, wait, my stomach is feeling little things. It's never felt, or it hasn't felt like in 20 years.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah. Long story short, that's the groom.
No.
Who she meets the next day. So anyhow, that's just the beginning. The freaking book is amazing.
Oh,
As the
snap.
book
Okay.
goes on and on and on, it's building a solid relationship right now between this woman and the bride.
Okay. Does she hook up with the groom?
I'm not going to tell you anymore. I'm telling you that the whole book is now based on the relationship of the bride and this woman.
Okay. I guess I'll have to
So
read it
good.
for book club.
Okay, so this is October's book. I haven't read the whole thing, but I can tell you it sounds like it's going to be a winner.
Yay.
That's that. For November, sneak peek, November, we are going to be reading this. Gives everybody time to go and find this book.
Yes.
It is called The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. And it says, how far will you go to find your story? It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the metallic.
Yeah, I love that cover.
It is a gorgeous book. And it says, on a quiet street in Dublin, a lost bookshop is waiting to be found.
You had me at Dublin.
It's just, yeah. So I'm really excited about it. This will be, again, our November book of the month. And in December, we're going to be reading a book called Tell Me Everything by Elizabeth Strout. Elizabeth Strout. And we are going to be reading that in December because our BFF, Oprah, recommends it. So we know that if Oprah read it and she likes it, we're going to read it too. And that is our book club. Priya, what do you have to say? I totally took it away from you. I apologize.
We're booked for the rest of the year. No, I'm good. I'm good, yo. I'm good.
And because we haven't spoken enough about books, let me just throw out there that we have about 17 days, Priya, to read these 3 books right here.
Yes, I think
let me run them by you.
Behind me.
We will be reading Macy Morrow's Autumn Awakening, which is a beautiful story. I know about the story, and I was lucky enough and honored to have met this author who is now 18 years old.
That's impressive.
And an incredible, aspiring author. So this is her first publication. She published it. It came out September 14th. So we'll be interviewing her next month. Then her mom, J.C. Morrows, who we will interview on the same day, has many books. Many of them are trilogies. And this is a standalone called Siren's Charm. I'm halfway through it. I should have finished it already. I'm more than halfway through it. But really good as well. And I cannot wait to start this one, who we're also going to be interviewing, Harper Glenn, Monarch Rising, which sounds beautiful. And she was amazing enough to share her book with us and dedicate it to us.
Both got signatures. Yes.
Yes. So we are really excited about it.
We got a lot of books to read this month. And a lot of movies.
And a lot of movies and shows. It's such a hard life.
I know.
Such a hard life. You know? I know. So this is what's coming in book club, and then this is what's coming with authors. So
yes, lots happening, guys.
A lot of good stuff, people.
And you know what? Escape with us. Mercy and I escape a lot.
We love it.
Our whole life is escaping.
I know. Even though we love our lives. And we're so blessed. Both of us have 3 amazing kids, and both of us have incredible husbands and long marriages that have been really successful and beautiful. So we're really blessed, but we really love escaping to different worlds and all the great stuff.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for listening. This is another episode of Books Martinis Book Club. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, and what else, Mercy?
And that's it. We're going to see you next week, and we'll talk some more.
Bye, guys.
Have a great one, everybody. Bye, Priya.